Hi, so today the Thirwall inquiry has been hearing evidence from Stephen Brearey. So Kate Blackwell Casey has been questioning him. So Jabe has put out this video of the exchange. It is really very interesting. It's interesting what comes up in it, and yeah, please have a look at this. And I kind of wanted to talk about my own thoughts around that. So yeah, basically this Dr. Brearey style, he's got this logic and rationale going through everything. So that's his style, and he it was mentioned by a nurse quite a lot earlier in the inquiry that a lot of the male doctors were not that respectful towards women, and you can see this coming out here when he's talking about when he's had to interact with Karen Rees, and yeah, like what could the poor little woman possibly know? And I think he is quite Machiavellian, but he is like quite together in how he puts things. So they were talking about baby K a lot, and he mentioned, obviously this was Dr. Jayaram who was present at baby K, and they mentioned that Dr. Jayaram hadn't written down this incident or his suspicions in his clinical notes, and so Brearey was quizzed about that, and I thought that was really odd that this had happened, and you know, this thing of significance that is going to be etched in Dr. Jayaram's Nightmares Forever, and well, it wasn't even in his clinical notes. He was also questioned about the Drawer of Doom. Now, it was actually Dr. Jayaram who put that out there. I think it was to Karen Rees, and then it came, obviously she went back to Dr. Brearey to try and find out what was in this Drawer of Doom. So looking at who was doing what, Dr. Jayaram put it out there about the Drawer of Doom. So it looks like the rumours themselves that were going around, a lot of it seems to have been coming from Dr. Jayaram. Now, I'm absolutely not saying Dr. Jayaram bad, Stephen Brearey good. It's nothing like that, because I know some people agreed with one of my previous videos, but I'm just trying to really work out what happened, when, where, what, who, why, and obviously everyone's different, and we can see that Jayaram and Brearey are very different characters, and I got the feeling that Dr. Brearey, you know, has enough insight to know that he's in a lot of trouble, really. I don't think Dr. Jayaram is feeling the same way. So I wanted to go back to the interviews that I've talked about before. So this is the Babies Could Have Been Saved. Because I was thinking about this, these two videos before, and there are two certain points in it. So it's at 2:32, the babies could have been saved, and it's his interview with ITV. And I'm kind of appealing to any body language experts out there, or anyone who knows about this sort of thing, because he starts at that particular point in the video, he starts talking about when he walks up to the monitor and he's making hand gestures, and they're quite fine, detailed hand gestures. They're about sort of here-ish. So normally what we've seen in his hand gestures, it's kind of the normal run of the mill, except in another instance which I will mention here. But they're a little bit more away from the body. But to me, it actually looks like the way he's gesturing, it almost looks as if he's touching the monitor in his mind. And that's why I'm asking, any body language experts or anyone who could appeal to any body language experts, I would love your feedback on this, because, he said he was walking up to the monitor and he could see. So his words suggest that, he was a little distance away from the monitor. But his hand actions look as if he's a lot closer to the monitor, and possibly, be the hand actions of someone actually touching it. And obviously anyone who knows about these monitors, we've got a couple of nursing staff here, what do you think? The other thing I noticed, it's at the end, I don't think it's of the end of that interview, I think it's there are two interviews, doctor who helped catch Lucy Letby. I think it's that one, but it's kind of was it 3/4, 2/3 through, and he says, he says something must be done, or something, the system must be changed, and he has his hands, and he bangs his hands on his knees, and I just find that quite an unusual gesture. Now, obviously, some people get a bit more emotional than others when they express stuff, but as you all know, I find his emotional expressions weird, and they don't ring true for me. Sorry, it's a little bit cold in here, that's why I'm shivering a little. And to me, he looks for all the world like a 12-year-old boy. He really does. And in the whole of that interview, you get the impression that you're talking to a 12-year-old boy, but this sort of, something must be done, bang your fists on your knees. That's kind of more like the actions of a preteen or a teenager than a grown adult, I think. So I think he's a very, very intelligent man, and I think he is Mensa smart, and he would clear the fence for sure. I think he reads people incredibly well. In fact, I think he reads people better than Mark Mays reads books. I think he is that clever. But understanding people when you don't seem to have the empathy to go with it, so you understand people in as much as, well, what can I get out of this person. So I mean, I do wonder if he has like adult intelligence, you know, on how to do things, how to be in the adult world. But I wonder if you know, he's still at like teenager emotional intelligence, and you get that with some people, like you know, they've got all the adult know-how and, you know, the intelligence to go and have a job and, you know, go and actually have a very successful career, and, you know, to know how to communicate effectively with people, but emotionally they're like 12 years old, and they're the people who, you know, will suddenly snap if they don't get, you know, what they want, and it can be a really sometimes dangerous combination. So that was, so anyone who knows about body language and, you know, what they think, I would love to have your feedback on this. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video.